ha.
You saw that?
Yeah.
That's an outfit. Did you see any of that?
No.
That's got some good shit.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Whoa.
This is very casual, as you can tell.
Will you quit? Will you quit contaminating my guests?
He's going to do a convoluted intro.
Sure.
Followed by some
I'm
talking
welcoming
points.
the spirits into the realm, and you're going to tell him what we're doing. He can feel what we're doing.
And then, yeah.
See, it's working. Will you let the man breathe?
You can talk about stuff you want to talk about, or you could just riff.
I feel Christ.
Don't just bring up something crazy.
feel the
You're
Holy
telling him he
Spirit
could
in
just
this
bring
room
up
right
something.
now.
You know
can-
these.
I bring up random shit all the time. I'm the best thing about your show. Best thing
Tell
about
me you
it.
got that. Guys, welcome back to Jacob V Weekly. We want to start like we always do by inviting you to check out Caddyshack of Hamel, Illinois. CaddyshackIL.org. Really, the best way to keep up with us is to go to jacobv.com, JACOBVI.com, because that's really going to have links to everything else you're supposed to go check out, whether you're looking for music or more videos or clips from the show on any of your favorite social media platforms or way to support this show financially. You can find all of that on jacobv.com. A lot of the best stuff is going to be for sale at patreon.com/jacobv/shop, I believe. I'm joined today by my baby brother and his dear friend Braden. Is it Braden?
Braden's correct.
Fogal.
You got it, just like Superbad.
And I know you most recently and mostly because you were in you directed and wrote a short film that Clay was in.
Clay was in it.
And you may have seen this if you're a member on the Patreon. I linked it there. It's free to watch on YouTube. It happened to go in the Patreon feed when it finally went there. So
The last Thanksgiving.
what did it come in at? Like 22 minutes?
18.
18. It felt, you know what
With a
though, it's a
2.5
strong
minute
18 because it feels like 22 spiritually, just because in how robust of the emotional roller coaster. I don't mean it felt like it took a long time. That's not what I meant.
It really dragged.
Last Thanksgiving, it's on YouTube. You can go watch it. It's a lot of fun. You could even pause this right now. Go watch that, and then in 19 minutes, you could be right back here because we're going to talk all about it. Ready?
It's currently at 4,800 views.
Yeah, see? That ain't nothing.
I think that's pretty good.
It's better than any episode of this show ever. The full episodes never get 4,800 views.
This one will.
Thank God. I really need the boost.
But your clips, though.
Oh yeah, the clips be clipping. Their people's favorite is when we made that AI rendering of Frankie Valli as an animatronic monster from Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh, yeah.
People love that clip.
My favorite was the one where you talk about RFK Jr. strapping the dead whale head to
People
his
love that one too.
bus.
The AI illustrations of the dead whale head on the top of the family's minivan.
So if you haven't seen any of the clips from the show, an AI generator makes images that
Yeah.
try
He's
to go
familiar
with
with
what we're talking
podcast
about.
clips, I'm sure.
Well, no, it's funny because sometimes it's just really vague and it'll throw up like a
Oh yeah, I've
picture
seen
of the inside of a diner or something. And it's like, that's fucking random.
Yeah.
I
That's,
like
yeah,
it.
that's not related. Sometimes it'll be non-related even.
What you eating?
What?
What you eating?
You are
Donut.
Nice.
You are going to piss me off. Will you let me run the show? You bastard.
Go ahead.
So, Braden, I love the idea of making and producing and, writing yourself a short horror film or slasher film. And how would you characterize genre?
family drama is a really big genre I focus on, but mixing and blending horror in with it. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was sort of the spirit of, I think, my initial attraction to it was the kind of the horror elements a little bit more than. But now that you mention it, it kind of just shifts that way, kind of at the end.
Yeah.
Which we don't have to spoil it necessarily, but it's not like the whole thing is horribly gruesome or violent in any way.
No. Twists and turns.
Which is great. Now, what I really loved about that part, now that you're speaking about it, is how there's this established tone and conflict amongst the characters when the thing first opens, that if you can make confident enough assumptions about their history and their relationship to one another, you can kind of plug into the story really quickly in a way that I know is challenging, certainly to write and even more so probably to convey. Talk to me about that as you don't have tons of acting experience.
No. Well, what I can tell you from experience with this project
Yeah. Yeah.
is the fact that it's, at least I don't understand from the writing standpoint, but I'm sure that you've gone through this already, but it's hard to put enough character development into a short film.
100%.
Because your time is so limited.
Right.
Which Clay has read my first short script I ever wrote, which was The Man Outside.
I liked that one a lot, actually.
And I do too. It was just like, it was 44 pages long, and so that's too long for a short film, and it's too short for a feature.
Because on average, a page of a script is about a minute of filming, or a minute of the film.
Yeah, especially if you're dialogue heavy like I am. So very much like what I felt with The Last Thanksgiving is we're fitting a lot of stuff in 18 minutes, and it almost feels like I'm telling a feature in a short film.
So my favorite part of that I want to get out of the way, because I want to pay homage to the lady that you guys didn't really know.
Yeah.
That starred opposite you as I guess we'll call her the villainous. Is she a stepmom?
Yeah, she was a stepmom.
And I just watched it this morning,
Yeah,
but
Doris.
I was feeding my baby most of the time. I have a new infant at home. We're going to talk about that. And
Josie.
so the character's name was Doris.
Correct.
And you wrote it that way.
Yes.
And that's funny to us for a different reason. And nothing like the one we know. And
I have a Doris in my life too. She was my great grandmother.
oh, good. Okay, so you have a fond Doris as well. We're balanced, is what I'm saying. That
Our Doris could probably get her own docuseries.
everyone, yeah, she needs one. I should shoot that.
You should shoot it.
I should shoot it with the baby this summer.
It would just be called Bride of Christ.
Bride of Christ.
Oh, that's it.
I shoot it with these cameras. We sell this thing. And I got DaVinci Resolve Pro, brother. We could put filters on it and
You
stuff.
could get her one of those bracelets that's connected to a drone.
We're digressing. But so this is the thing. The name Doris pulled me right into the story because it was like, oh, I know a Doris. What's this Doris like? But the reason I want to talk about Doris is the actress that played her is not somebody you guys knew. I would believe everybody else in the short is acquainted in some way.
Correct.
Because of the age and demographic and whatnot.
Yeah, we needed someone, closer to 50 years old, and so I went to Facebook, which there are actor
That's
groups.
where they are.
That's where they are.
If you need anyone between 40 and 70, they're on Facebook.
It's great for networking.
And
with
I just-
the senior citizens.
After 70, it kind of falls off. You end up seeing like your aunt has like 4 Facebooks. You don't know which one is still her.
You actually have to visit the senior homes for those those roles.
Yeah, but
But it's
40
great
and
for
70.
outreach.
Oh,
Great for
senior home
outreach.
is great, especially if they're like on just a supervised thing. You can just sign them out for the day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Little field
Have them
trip.
back by 4:30 for dinner.
We could get that done with $30 at self checkout at Schnucks if you identified the abandoned grandparent.
Yeah.
That would have made it way harder for the filming, though.
So the,
it was 3 10-hour days of filming. Imagine having to go do a geriatric drop-off
Oh my
afterwards.
God.
So,
Geriatric.
so you find the actress on Facebook.
Yep. She did it for free, and where better to go?
Yeah. And I just want to know how much time did you get to spend to communicate the role to her before you started shooting it?
One Zoom call.
Yeah.
Oh, that was fun.
How long did that Zoom call take?
30 minutes, I think.
How hard was it? How much of that was getting her on the Zoom call?
She was right on there.
Really?
Yeah.
See, this is what I'm talking about. It is
Well,
possible.
but she also takes herself very seriously
Yeah.
in the acting community, and
She does other acting.
So it's not the first time she's had to do a Zoom call to talk about a project or maybe even go over
especially
lines.
since COVID, I'm sure she had to get good at it. It's great.
Oh yeah, I mean, hell, I was even bad at Zoom until COVID, and then it was like, oh, okay, this is a thing I can do now.
And so, did you guys get to do any kind of a table read?
That's what that Zoom call was. Yeah.
Okay, so you did it on a Zoom call with her.
Yeah.
And then when you show up to start shooting,
It was all of our first time meeting each other in person.
and you shot it all in one day.
3 days.
Oh, it was 3 days.
Three straight 10-hour days.
10-hour days.
Really? Where did they? Was it on location somewhere?
So we went to my in-laws' house in Jerseyville, Illinois. So from St. Louis, it's about an hour drive. And
So did you stay there for 3 days?
a group of us did, and a lot of people just drove to and from each day.
Which could be a trick.
Yeah. But if you got dogs or something, I could see wanting to run home.
Yeah, or like,
Or if you have like
family.
if you have like medical equipment that you don't want to schlep with you to Jerseyville, you got to get home to plug in like I do.
yeah, like no one had to bring like a CPAP or anything.
I'd have at least one of them. And so,
I'm the largest person that was in the crew, and I had to sleep on the smallest couch available.
well,
It was like a love seat.
Yeah.
but that's good. You put your legs up.
Yeah, I was just letting them dangle.
It's good for your circulation.
I don't know. I think I woke up and my feet were dead.
It's like a leather hammock.
I think it was cloth.
Cloth.
Yeah. Oh. I don't remember if they were leather.
So, what do you do you shoot it mostly in the sequence that it happens?
Well, this is what's awesome about this was the first short film I'd ever shot, so I showed up and didn't have a shot list prepared whatsoever. I was just planning on setting the camera up and shooting it how I saw it in my head.
I like how we got through a whole day before anyone said the words shot list.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh.
So the girl, Katie Brunwasser, who plays Mallory in The Last Thanksgiving, she works for a YouTube channel, so she's very accustomed with creating shot lists and setting up lighting and way more experienced than I am. See, I'm more into the writing side of things.
Sure.
So making The Last Thanksgiving was just my way of, showing my writing. And so midway through producing that short, Katie wrote us a shot list. She lit the whole film and she acted in the whole thing. So yeah, without her, that film would not have been made in the time it was.
Yeah, for sure. And so, that was she played your sister.
Yes.
There's no lovers in this. They're all siblings.
Not on screen.
Yeah, there's no lovers on screen.
Right. Now, and then the boy with the hearing impairment is also your brother or stepbrother?
Younger brother.
Youngest brother.
Sort of like my character and then Kate's character, Mallory, are like closer. And then
Garrison.
and then Jarek, our youngest sibling, there's more of a year gap.
But they didn't know beforehand that the stepmom spoke sign language?
No.
Nope.
Or I guess you would say could sign.
Yeah.
Well, the whole thing that's really put into it and established early on, so there's not really a spoiler there, is that Garrison, my character, and Mallory, Kate's character, are just kind of outright shitty people, especially my character. And so we're very insensitive to the hearing impairments that our younger sibling has. And you just get that right away.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's not like any
Yeah.
hidden shit there.
So again, this is something, one of my favorite short pieces of anything ever is Hills Like White Elephants.
Okay.
Is that Ernest Hemingway?
I couldn't tell you. I don't know what you just said.
Can you check me on that? I appreciate you so much.
Hills Like White Elephants?
And it's a very, very short story about a conversation between two people who are in a relationship and really physically.
You are correct.
Yes. All that happens is they sit waiting for a train, I think having coffee, and they have a conversation.
Okay.
But the reality is that, it's a deeply complicated and emotional moment in their relationship where they have to decide whether or not to terminate an unexpected pregnancy. But they're talking about it in the parlance of their time, very much how they, would try to be polite, but also be serious in a public place. So it's very, very, very nuanced. And if you're, a child or if you're really dumb, you may miss the whole point of the whole thing because it requires you to assume a whole bunch of things to plug very deep into this emotional experience for those characters. And it's the only thing really I could remember to compare this to in the way that the complexities of who these characters are and how they're feeling and what they're experiencing and what kind of boundaries exist between them. You have to kind of assume all of that stuff kind of in the first 90 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's not enough time to fit that much in.
So you can get to the action and whatnot. No, but so this is, I think, the most valuable thing, spoiler-free thing, associated with the film that I wanted to talk to you about, even just from a writing perspective. How do you decide how much of what to include to create that environment for the audience to plug into?
That's a really hard question. I mean,
Take your time.
I watch movies religiously. I watch movies every single day, so I think I just get my inner pacing down of, how much I need to see from each character before we really get into the shit.
Yeah.
And a lot of it is just, writing, rewriting, and just feeling it out. But I feel like what we accomplished with Last Thanksgiving was every character got their moment to shine on camera, and that was just my goal going in. Was you don't want a character to feel unimportant or misused. You want, especially just as like the human connection part of things. These people are driving an hour to make this film with me. Like, I want to give them their shot on it.
Yeah. And so you include less people, and you just kind of write it in a way where you don't even notice that there's not very many people involved.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Why set yourself up for that? Where if you only have a handful of people that are dedicated, pack their on-screen life more deeply, and you don't need as many people.
Well, for smaller productions and stuff like this, for sure. Yeah.
But also,
bigger
like,
stuff, then that's the reason extras are involved.
Even if you know quadrupled the budget or what have you, or the caliber of experience amongst the on-screen talent or whatever you would want to do, really you wouldn't really be changing much of the stuff we talked about already.
No.
You'd be just kind of because I think that's the thing that you're describing, is that, like, when you see somebody on screen, they're fully thought out ahead of time, and you're not kind of like leaving them out there on their own with nothing to draw from, because they have. So what did you know about Garrison before you started shooting? What did you know about him already?
Well, I knew he had to kind of be an asshole.
Good. What?
And,
Yeah. Well,
naturally, I'm not. I don't think I'm a mean person.
No.
I maybe target a few people, but I'm not that mean. I'm not a mean guy.
No, Clay's.
So being a dick was a fun challenge.
Yeah.
Just because it's like, okay, how can I do this while being just an absolute motherfucker?
But that's what's the fun of acting is, you know, it gives you the opportunity to really.
What
be
did
that
you
person.
do to prepare yourself for that?
I just kept reading the script and thinking about things to be hateful about. I don't know. It really wasn't that much going into it.
Clay had a really emotional part in the film that is my most proud scene in the movie, that he really had to dial into an emotional side.
Where'd you get those emotions from, you bastard?
Just, I do that white cis thing where you just suppress all your emotions and you blow them up every once in a while.
You were saving them?
I was saving it up.
Every red light.
Like 3
for
days
the last
before we
6
started
weeks,
filming.
I've been just bottling it up. And so you say action, brother, and I got 97 motherfucking red lights right here ready to go.
He threw a chair at one point.
Well, I was angry because I could not, for some reason.
Was that in the script?
It was not in the script.
No.
Clay!
So, no, I didn't.
In his
I didn't-
in-laws'
I
house.
didn't throw the chair. I got mad because okay, this is what happened.
You slid it
the
real hard?
The week leading up to the.
I don't know how strong I am.
The week leading up to the filming of this whole thing, I got really sick. I had like a flu thing. And so the first 2 days, I was Dayquil'd the fuck out. And I was just kind of like groggy. And I could not retain lines for my life. And so there's a whole thing where I had more lines on this page than anybody else. And I just couldn't get them to stick. So I got halfway through a line and I lost it. And then I just kind of screamed and kicked a chair. And then I went outside. I walked around the house and then I came back in. And
Take a lap.
I did. I literally took a lap.
And that falls on me too because
No, I mean, other people were more prepared. I was just kind of like, and I couldn't keep any words in my head.
Because we did Can together, and you're like, I'd love to work on something small with you again, and then I just write you as the main character. Man,
No, we did a short that he wanted to do. It was like a 30-second short. The max was 90 seconds?
Yeah.
The max was 90 seconds, and it was an entry for a Halloween beer release for a brewery in Connecticut.
Yeah, that I saw.
And we got first place.
Yep, we won.
And I'd never done any acting before anyway. And there wasn't really much written dialogue, so it was just kind of like everything was more storyboarded and just winging it and seeing what fit.
Right.
And that was great. So at the end of that, I was just like, that was a lot of fun. I'd love to help you out with another project sometime soon. And then he wrote this short and made me like one of the most vocal characters in it. And I was like, oh, okay. I meant like helping out with lighting or setup, but yeah, I could do that. And we did it.
And I'm biased, of course, but I do think there's something captivating about your ridiculous physique on camera. Like you're just a large figure.
Yeah. I'm a large person.
But in a way that's like proportioned in such a way. I mean, you're still human, but you're not like just.
It is funny that like my sister character was like 5'3" or 5'4".
Yeah, I'm like, whose sister is that?
We're standing next to each other, and it's just like, what do you got to do?
How many baby mamas does this guy have?
Framing those shots was fun.
Yeah.
And So, I mean, it's just like the same thing. It's the reason they like to put NFL guys in yogurt commercials. Because, like, look at that giant man in the grocery store with a little cup of yogurt.
Yeah. Activia.
I would say, can I get the week size thing of yogurt? Because this looks ridiculous for me to hold this little tiny shot of yogurt.
I think they did a Bud Light commercial once with Shaquille O'Neal and had him holding a Bud Light bottle because a 12 ounce.
Was it a 40?
No, it was just a 12 ounce.
I used to get 40s of Bud Light and
bottle.
all you can eat wing night at Weber's. As soon as wing night was ending at 8 o'clock, you could get 40s for like $5 and a bucket of ice. So I get a 40 Bud Light.
Oh, yeah. There was a place where you could buy 40-ounce beers in like the glass bottle, and they'd have it in like
a bucket of ice.
When you get a bucket of beer, and it's just ice bucket, but it was just 140 sticking out.
And it would start immediately when all you can eat wing night would end. So we would do all you can eat wing night for 3 hours.
Oh my god!
And then get.
We fucked up some all you can eats.
That's why they quit doing it. That place is closed now.
All you can eat sushi at Blue Ocean up.
We
on
ran
Belmont.
that out of business too. They quit doing the all you can eat.
It's
So
true. There's pictures of us at buffets, like warning pictures. Like if you see these two men walk in, let them know they're limited.
So
Let's go. Stack the plates.
I love.
CC's Pizza, can't go back. I'm banned.
Where is there a CC's Pizza?
I don't know. I haven't been in years because I've been banned.
They banned you from all of them? Mm-hmm. And that's the thing, is because you're so easy to photograph, and that's what we were talking about.
That's right.
It's
all
I don't want to say
back.
easy. It's compelling to put you in something as small as a camera.
Well, and that's what I was talking to him about recently is like, I want to be like a Jason Voorhees, big-ass motherfucker, and just put a mask on me so I don't have to worry about doing much.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
But you got to have a scene where you take it off and you cry and you scream, because that's actually your best quality.
Yeah, but I have some sort of deformity, so really my crying and screaming is like,
Let's work on that. Maybe we work on that part of the thing behind, like off camera.
it's like half Sloth from Goonies, half Jason Voorhees. That's what I want.
Yeah, I just worry about that.
Well, I really pushed the idea for a minute, and we were trying to think of another thing to write, and we wanted to do like a Wendigo horror or something, and then I was like, oh, my mom rents this cabin out in Pacific. That would be fucking perfect. And like Danielle and I went out there and was like, oh, this would be so great because there's some areas in the woods.
We
we
shot a music video there for No Antics.
Exactly. It's like a great spot to be able to do something like that. And of course, like the 2 months after I brought up this idea that we could film there, the land gets sold and we can't. It's
There's plenty of places like that, and also I think we have access to it for the remainder of this year.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
So
Better get on it.
we may have to cut grass to get into it.
yeah, that's
over
the
this-
thing.
yeah,
You have to ride a zero-turn mower in there just to get in.
Because I'm going to have custody of that baby all summer, so we could come on location and shoot something. With the
I don't want
baby.
you to take Josie out there. What if she gets seed ticks?
You're right. I'll take her to grandma's.
Little baby covered in seed ticks.
Not a big deal. Seed ticks would be hard to explain to my wife. Why is the baby covered in seed
Covered in
ticks?
seed ticks.
Well, have you seen the dailies? Have you seen the footage from the woods, Keenan?
A lot of seed ticks out there.
Yeah, a lot of seed ticks
Crawling.
in those woods. Talk to ourselves right out of that. So, you're actively writing, I would assume, multiple things kind of right now to look forward to.
Yeah.
And anything kind of with wheels in motion that you're planning on producing or releasing at any point that would be worth talking about? I don't want to force you to put anything outside the box if it's not supposed to.
No. I definitely want to make another short eventually, but writing a feature has been my main focus since last Thanksgiving. So I've written 2 features since last Thanksgiving. The first one is a restaurant horror that kind of ties in my 15 years or so of experience in the food service industry.
Sure.
Because I've always wanted to write a restaurant horror. That one's called 86th.
Oh, that's good.
Thank you. So right now I'm just trying to get that polished to try and enter it into some contests this year. So
Do you do a bunch of complete rewrites, or we were kind of talking about this off camera beforehand? Like start to finish rewrites?
So what I've learned I do is I will do a first draft, and then I will print that first draft off. I'll read it to my wife, and she'll give me her notes. And then I'll go through and just red ink the shit out of it. And then I will go back in and I will do a complete rewrite. And then from that second draft, I kind of just like edit within the software I use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's an important part of the process that I think people... What would you lose, you think, if you just skip that first step of printing it out and red inking it?
I don't think I would lose out on much, but the issue is like when you're typing it on a computer, on a software, you have the ability to just keep going back, erasing something, retyping something, and it's just going to drive you nuts. And so it's like that first draft, they say, is, just shoveling the sand in the sandbox so you can make a sandcastle. You're literally just getting all the shit out. You're vomiting it out. And then it just works for me to like be able to just go like scribble shit out and like say this sucks, this works.
Raw material.
Raw material, yeah.
So kids, if you like to write stuff, try that, because I totally agree.
Yeah.
I totally agree that if it physically, like we talked about, just looks finished when it's not yet, that's going to be harder for you. Whereas if you committed even to one copy on print to mark up and shred apart or whatever, there's a moment where it has to live on its own long enough to at least get onto the paper, and then you can come back to it in a separate, more revisionist maybe mentality. I recommend trying that.
Yeah. And if I may, I want to shout out, I listened to a podcast. It's called the Social Screenwriters Podcast, and it's ran by a local St. Louis filmmaker, Andy Compton. And so I listen to that podcast quite often, and because I didn't go to school for any of screenwriting. I took one online course. So a lot of it has just been trial and error. Read some books, listened to that podcast, and get a lot of like inspiration and just like styles of how to go about it from that podcast. So
I love that.
thank you.
I love that. So, again, kids, you should and absolutely can still go out and watch The Last Thanksgiving. It's free on YouTube. Casts names. I have those here. Clay, who was in The Last Thanksgiving?
Me and Katie Brunwasser.
So yeah, Clay played Garrison. Katie Brunwasser played Mallory. Wiley Godeski played Jarek. Karen Drewley played Doris. You had Eddie Darris, who played Eddie the Pizza Guy. You had Sheldon's character was played by Mark.
Yeah, partially.
Partially. Yeah. No spoilers there, but yeah, it was a very small group. I mean,
Well, and then of course Maddie did all the makeup.
Maddie Lynch did all the makeup. She killed it.
She really did.
Yeah, Maddie kind of got lucky. Just I got into screenwriting, and then I really didn't have a plan of making anything myself. But turns out I worked with a really, really good makeup artist at the restaurant I worked at. So that's how Clay and I met.
Yeah.
Right.
We were just waiting
think-
tables, and then
yeah.
we'd talk about movies between waiting tables.
I think it's a great industry to have access to ambitious, young, beautiful people who are available during the day.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Jinx.
Jinx, Minnesota.
And you drank most of that one.
I did. Yeah, you can,
So,
you can have my backwash.
I don't want your backwash.
Yeah.
Well, another thing that we didn't really talk about that I just want to point out
Please.
about this is also with these projects people don't think about how cheap it was.
Yeah.
And we were lucky enough that it was as cheap as it was because Eddie, the pizza guy's brother, who lives in Chicago, wrote an original score for the entire thing. All the music, other than like in the end credits,
Yeah.
is originally done in studio by Eddie, the pizza guy's brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a
And,
situation where having custom-made music like that, even if you do pay that person even kind of several dollars, much less if they offer to do it for free, is it keeps it inexpensive.
Yeah, and his name's William Darris. Like totally.
Squints.
Yep, Squint was the final song in the credits.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like we watched a rough cut of it.
Yeah.
And there was no really
No music.
no music,
Yeah.
no audio editing. It was a real rough cut. And then we got to. I didn't see it again until he premiered it. Actually, did I not see it for the first time then until Hysteria?
Correct.
Yeah. So we were in multiple movie festivals,
Yep.
and one was Hysteria Fest, which was at the Arcaden over by the Heavy Anchor. And I had not seen the final cut with the music, and it sets the tone so much better than you just get from the rough cut. It's really nice just to kind of hear what someone did to add to the
Yeah.
film, and for free,
Yeah.
basically.
And
So
William and I had not discussed really what we were going for. I told him, I'm like, just kind of put music in where you see it fit.
Yeah.
And I was like, I mean, there's a huge homage to Stephen King's Misery with the Last Thanksgiving. So that's the kind of vibe I was going for.
And also, I think that's probably beneficial, especially at this stage with your process with this is that you're not trying to like micromanage all those little details. You kind of find people that you can trust with those details, and it definitely makes it move faster and more organically, and then everyone's kind of invested in it.
Exactly.
In a way that they wouldn't be if you were just telling them all exactly what to do.
Yeah, because I mean, I was winging it just like everyone else was, and I just surrounded myself with talented people, and you just saw what happened. So,
I love that. So last Thanksgiving, go watch that now on YouTube, and look out for more stuff. I would love to help out in whatever way I can.
absolutely.
It's so fun to do. We're going to take just a short break, and then we'll come back and we'll hit some headlines. Are you in any kind of a hurry?
No.
I love it. Braden Fogal, Jacob V. Weekly. We'll be right back.
Well, I misspelled his name in my phone, so it's
Fogal.
Braden Fogal.
Whatever you want to call me.
Fogal.
I misspelled his name.
We'll be right back.
That's fine.
Everybody pee and hydrate. And we're going to marathon through some notes and some stuff we'll see before. That was good. That's great. Are you kidding? Really nice.
Well, normally we just don't hold on to one topic for that long.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. Damn. How old was he in that movie? 40s, 50s. Yeah.
He didn't look great. Guys, welcome back to Jacob V Weekly. We want to start like we do every week by reminding you to check out Caddyshack of Hamel, Illinois. You can find everything really that we have going on at jacobv.com, jacobvi.com. And No Antics has new music out. My baby brother FaceTimed me
Oh, yeah.
on Valentine's Day to say, hey, I just listened to the new No Antics. I like it a lot.
Well, no, you guys don't do covers.
No, not
much.
usually.
And so it was just it was refreshing, and it was also just really well done in the song choice. I don't know. They did a cover of "Be My Baby," you know, "Be My," that song, and it's great. It's one of the bands that he's in. I don't know if you've ever
No
heard of
Antics.
I think I've heard of it.
They're really good. I
What
love
kind of
seeing them
music
live.
is it? Is it rock?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, it's
Heavy
grunge
metal.
core, thunder, cunt, punk. I don't know.
Cunt.
I don't know.
You can't just. I guess we're not doing a twofer. I got to bury this 40 minutes into YouTube. Fuck. Shit. You know,
But it's the royal cunt.
Oh, let's stop.
Like the royal we.
Yes,
Yeah. It's not the
here's
cunt
the
you're
thing.
thinking.
It's not
the
because I
royal
find
cunt.
that word so offensive. It's just that vaginas are gross to me.
I want to make it.
Because I'm a Catholic gay misogynist. Like, that's just
Yeah.
who I was supposed to be.
Yeah.
We've been over this. And so when you put that visual in my head, because it sounds angry.
But then also,
Yeah.
you're really up shit's creek now because you're married to a woman and you have a daughter. So it's
Yeah.
like you're just surrounded by.
I just disassociate
Congrats,
mostly.
by the way.
I put myself in a field where I can just feed my birds.
We should call this episode "Cunts and Daughters."
You got to quit saying it. I can't bleep all of this. This episode's going to come out in April. That's how long it's going to take me to do all this bleeping. Blinded by Stereo still exists. I'm going back. I promise. Everything's going to be great. They have gigs coming up. I may or may not be a part of. Depends on how soon they are. We're touch and go on that whole thing. I probably shouldn't even be doing this. And things are good. Praise God. Kits Row, also, they restocked shirt sizes because we talked about it on the show. They got larges and extra larges. So, doesn't do anything for me personally. I like a lot of X's.
Also, a new cover song out by Stank Williams. Really good.
Oh, yeah. I just saw that
check that
yesterday.
out.
yeah, that's good.
It popped up on one of Kayla's coworkers' For You pages on TikTok.
Fuck
It was
yeah.
hilarious. She got a Slack. It was like, I guess it's meant for me. And I met this woman once. It's hilarious.
Yeah, I thought it was incognito enough. I mean,
So,
I would have
Luke's
gone
just-
right.
Oh, and somebody
There's
tagged
been doing
Lady
a character
Gaga
called
on.
Stank Williams. It's
Right.
them in a mustache and a cowboy hat doing a
right.
Lady Gaga song on a guitar.
That's incredible.
And it's
I want to see it.
Williams.
Stank Williams.
Stank Williams. Dude, that mustache. I had a mustache, and I still have it here, and it looks like a lot like yours, honestly.
you.
And it's beautiful.
Good for you.
And
It's full caterpillar.
it
I hope there's a
was-
real Stank Williams out there listening right now. That's
I really hope there is too.
Yeah. I want my name back.
Took my job.
Yeah. It's mine now. Bitch.
I thought the DEI was over.
They can't rob the stank.
My birth name is Stankley Williams.
Stankley Williams.
It's off my dang birth
You
certificate.
can't outstank the stank.
Also, I'm getting closer and closer to just finalizing and releasing this like material I've been sitting on to get rid of. So just stay tuned to link me the. I got it. I have the Stank Williams. I'm gonna put the Stank Williams on JacobV.com
Yeah.
too.
You got the stank?
I'm gonna spread the stank.
Got the stank. Got the stank. Don't spread it.
You spread stank.
Are you from here?
No, I'm from Illinois.
KDHX is dead now.
Yeah. Is it a?
I don't even know if is it on the air still?
I have no
don't know.
idea. I just know everybody's mad.
That's the thing that I lost interest because everybody was so mad.
Oh, it was the volunteers, right? They gutted the volunteers. Or was
yeah.
that like the
So
original?
last Friday, KDHX decided to pause live broadcasts due to financial challenges, which is weird because all the DJs were volunteers, meaning they were free to them. Stations don't have the resources to sustain current operations. The small staff has made significant financial sacrifices.
Wait, is that 88.1?
Yeah.
Where am I going to get my random hour of?
Where are you going to get
Jungle funk.
bluegrass for 3 straight hours on
Yeah.
a Saturday morning when you're hungover?
That's my favorite thing, though. Is like, okay, we're going to switch from reggae to bluegrass, and then we're coming back with some jungle funk, and then we're going to do a little bit of talk radio.
Yeah.
Just to get you through your Wednesday.
Yeah.
What is a jungle funk sound?
Jungle funk.
It's exactly
is
what it
good.
sounds
Can you
like.
pull
Okay.
me up some jungle funk?
Some bongo drums.
Clay's got it.
Actually, I watched a 5-part.
That's
TikTok.
a playlist he listens to at the gym. It's got to be
It's one of my gym playlists is Jungle Funk Weekly.
jungle funk.
No, I watched a video of a jungle funk band trying to cover Pink Pony Club, and their whole process of trying to get it all done in one session. And it was really entertaining because they're all over the fucking place.
I can imagine.
Jungle. Here's Funk Jungle. Hold on, Jungle Funk. We're just gonna see what this song is. This is Now Force, NAO Force, by Joutro Mundo. I'm not getting much jungle, but I am getting the funk.
Plenty of funk.
Getting a lot of funk.
A lot of funk, not as much jungle.
I think that's the reverb they're using because it's big, but it's also kind of moist. Like listen to the reverb on that clap or that snare. It's juicy.
I'm not getting enough jungle out of that one. We're gonna try the next
It's
one.
as if the reverb tails themselves are saturated.
This sounds like Shaft.
Is this what they
Oh,
play at
it's the
their,
wooden flute makes that one jungle. That's
There's a pan flute.
the Rainforest Cafe?
This does play in Rainforest.
That's what I thought.
I want to go to one. The nearest one is like 5 hours away.
Okay, now we have to guess what year this was made, and I'm gonna say
That was made by AI 3 months ago.
1974 is what it really makes me think, but I bet it's like
Earlier.
Actually, way
2018.
you're really close.
Oh,
Actually, it was released in 2017.
There's a 7. There's a 7 in there.
That's how you knew you were close. 'Cause
I
there's a
knew
1
it.
and a 7.
Yeah, it's like when you're clairvoyant, you're also dyslexic.
that was the fucking cuntiest thing you could have ever done to me.
God damn it!
Oh man, you cunt.
Oh, let's not make this. This is. I'll make you Patreon exclusive. You'll be you and 11 dudes listening to yourself.
It's only because your audience, like,
It's gonna keep dragging it on.
you might feel like your audience is the
I
one
can't
that's
count how
offended
many
by
cunts
cunt.
have been spoken so far.
In the gay world, giving cunt is awesome.
No, I tried that, but being who I am, if I say giving cunt,
No,
then
it's
it makes
very abrasive.
Oh.
It's,
Yeah.
Whoa.
it's a little aggressive.
Sorry, officer.
Yeah.
Is what I want to say.
Yes. You know, I was on the construction site the other day, and my coworker was just really serving up some content.
Oh.
It doesn't go.
That sounds like it's in Tupperware.
Hey, where'd you put my tub of cunt?
Oh God.
All right.
But I mean,
we gotta get back on
maybe
it.
YouTube doesn't even care anymore.
We got to get back on it. I'm sorry.
I'm sure it's fine. It's what is Lion's Choice going to pull their sponsorship?
You know,
Send the check.
yeah. Live
The
on
fact
the
that they
edge.
haven't, I don't think they ever will.
The White Stripes are nominated for induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this
Are they
year.
really? Wow.
It's one of the very first years they would be eligible.
Don't tell me it has to be because it's like 25 years old or something.
Right? No, it is.
It is.
They started in 1999 was their first release.
Yeah.
But I think they started
I
playing
love
together in
it. It's like
'97.
but it's like the first fucking millennial
yeah.
rock in the Hall of Fame,
And I don't
which
know.
is awesome. That's so fucking cool.
I don't even know if they would want to be inducted. I don't even know.
Exactly.
I don't even know if it would be appropriate to put them before other people that should have been inducted a long time ago. But can you pull up the most recent nominations for the Hall of Fame of Toys?
The most recent
Toys?
Hall of
induction?
Fame of Toys.
Like things you play with toys?
Sure.
Yeah, like toys. Not like sex toys.
Like the Robin Williams movie, Toys?
Toy. Oh, God, that's a classic. It's
a weird one.
Did you ever see Toys?
I've never seen Toys.
Oh, you have to see Toys.
It's a weird-
Toys is brilliant.
I love Robin Williams, obviously.
Are you
It's-
trying to say
yeah.
that something happened recently? Like
No,
Or are you trying to
no. I just
find-
want to know what their most recent nominated class is, because this is an example of why halls of fame are
You-
kind of ridiculous.
Phase 10, Transformers, and My Little Pony.
Never played with any three of those. Okay, I've seen that cover before.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've seen Phase.
1992.
I play Phase 10.
So, so I'm saying,
Oh, Apples to Apples.
oh, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
But so there's stuff that's very specific, and there's stuff that's not for everybody, and there's stuff that seems random or ridiculous that gets into these halls of fame all the time. So I don't want to act like my favorite band getting nominated is like a be all end all of any kind.
Yeah, how dare
But
they
here's
be
the fun
nominated?
thing to think about. If the
Before
White
the
Stripes do get inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, does Meg White come out of hiding even just to show up and say thanks?
She got to shake the spiders out of her
Okay,
hair.
can we? I don't know how long it's been since she's been gone. So, like,
Brother,
Since you've been gone.
I ain't seen her in a minute.
That's what I'm saying. She's got to come out of her hidey hole and shake
When's
the
the last
spiders out of
time
her
anybody saw Meg White?
hair. I saw her last week.
The Meg star
Shit.
Jason Statham.
I mean, this thread on Reddit is 8 years ago.
That would be funny though. It was like, what's she doing with her life right now? She's like just doing extra jobs in the back of movies. So we see her all the time, but we don't.
yeah.
It's like how Bruce Willis's first role was actually as an extra, and he was like man in hat leaving restaurant, and it's just Bruce Willis putting on a hat and walking on a door. That's
Hilarious.
it. But that's his first credit as an actor, as an extra in a movie.
You got to start somewhere.
You definitely got to
start
start somewhere.
I started in a short for a beer in Connecticut.
Yeah. Took a can to the
I
face.
took a can to the face.
Are you serious?
Have you not seen the short? I'll send it
I have
to you.
not. Please. Yeah.
It's called Canned. It was our first project together.
Yeah. I mean, you got to accept everything.
It's
you know what I mean?
90 seconds, and we got first place.
Was it awesome? Yeah.
Yeah, loved it.
I'm sure there's a limit to that type of mentality, but I love.
I mean,
I
literally,
love the risk. I love a risk.
I don't think she's been photographed in like 10 years.
Oh, interesting.
Look at this photograph.
It's currently 2025. That's what I was doing that whole time. That was a Reddit post from 8 years ago, and the most recent photograph mentioned in that Reddit post from 8 years ago was in 2012, and it was the most recent Reddit post on the topic.
Well, she didn't really seem to be a fan of the spotlight, regardless.
No, but I
So-
can't remember if she moved back to Nashville or moved back to Detroit, or if she stayed in Nashville.
Why would you move back to Detroit? Is my question.
Well, I have no idea. That's the thing. Nobody knows, and I'm gonna pray for it. But I think I hope she knows that she has remained an inspiration to multiple generations of not just young girls, but all kinds of people that want to play the drums, including
Yeah.
lots and lots of young girls that I've instructed in bands in schools of rock on purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah, they even talk about her in the movie School of Rock.
They love her, and that
Love her.
movie's old.
Yeah, it's 2006.
Yes.
Something like
that.
Something like that.
So
Have you listened to or know about the White Stripes, or is it just kind of like
I know about the White Stripes. I'm much more of a hip hop genre.
And so the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame
Yeah.
has got to feel like some bullshit as a fan of hip hop.
I'm also not like that tied in with the Hall of Fame, especially for the.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm. It's It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
But it is cool. But that's, I mean, always the problem with, establishment recognition of art in general. It's always extremely exclusatory. And
Exclusatory.
Nepotism, cronyism. And I agree with everything I just said.
What's your next note right here?
I think the deep state funded all these comic book movies to prepare us for disclosure concerning non-human or extra-human intelligence, such as UAP or USOs, and the reality of like universal consciousness, and that there are no non-human. Are you read up on this?
Huh?
That maybe there are non-human intelligences protecting us. Maybe the moon was put there on purpose, bruh. So, like, because why does Doctor Strange have to do all this multi-dimensional time traveling? Unless they wanted us to start thinking about multi-dimensional time travel. And that's why the budgets of those movies are all inflated, because they're being pumped full of missing money from the Pentagon, bro.
You know, the Bishop Berkeley
I've heard that
once
before.
said.
See?
Bishop
I
Berkeley
didn't make that up.
once said that
Who?
to see is to be seen. So I took that from a bit. I don't know.
Oh, good. And I think maybe we fucked up, and maybe we used to be on Mars, because there's, ruins on Mars from 1 million BC.
Well, I do think that there are extra dimensional beings that we're only allowed to see as much as we're allowed to see, right? They're probably in this room right now.
They like when you talk about them, I hear.
Probably. Whoa, sorry. I don't know where it picked up, but it picked up somewhere. It's like it got louder the further away from the microphone.
No, that's not true. That's all in your head.
Okay. Now, I don't really have much of an opinion on
Back me up on this.
thing.
The moon is all covered in craters because it takes a lot of hits protecting us from space junk. Maybe by design, right?
Yeah, it's like that.
Yeah.
It's like that
Right?
meteor
Right.
that has a 2% chance of hitting the planet or whatever that everyone's kind of.
Yeah, that's not high enough for me to worry
because the
about.
percentage keeps changing. So it's like it'll be 0.2, and then 2.5, and then 13, and then back to 1.7. And so like they keep trying to get these readings on its speed and trajectory and the chance of it hitting us. But they have figured out a way where that if it does hit us, it might hit somewhere between South America and India, so most likely in an ocean. And the worst we could get out of that whole situation will probably just be some sort of tsunami level event.
What if it hits all the garbage that's in that same area of the ocean?
I think actually that ocean trash island the size of France might be to catch this asteroid.
It's on purpose.
It's
the aliens are moving all the trash there to catch the asteroid.
Well, last time I was at the Pentagon, I was snooping around and I saw a file on a
You're
You're
desk.
gonna
way
get
too
us on a
big to
fucking
snoop.
list.
And it said,
get us on a-
it
You're
was
going to say the C
No,
word
it
11
was-
times, and then you're going to snoop around the Pentagon.
Guys, it literally said this. It said classified, but it also said TrashNet 2025.
Who do you think you are, Nicolas Cage?
Yeah. Yeah, you can't be
I
7
wish I
feet
had a
tall
good-
and
You are.
snoop.
I wish I had a good Nicolas Cage impression. So I could say.
I like in Long Legs where he screams, "Tits!" Why did he scream that? I don't know. He was in the interrogation room.
I don't think they actually gave him any lines when they did that movie.
I don't
They
think
said,
any of that was written.
"Show up."
I think he showed up with his own
He
makeup.
showed up with his own milky white suit.
Yeah. He said, "Oh, just look like this now."
And they put the prosthetics on his face and said, "Just go.
Just let it happen.
Just go.
Let it happen, Mr. Cage.
What
Let
is-
me in now." That fucking screaming. You haven't seen the movie.
I have not seen
Oh,
the
it's
movie.
good.
I
It's
don't
good.
know many references. I've seen a lot of shit, but my recall is terrible. Unless it's specifically high gay shit. Like
Speaking
high
of-
level gay shit. But
This movie wasn't gay enough for you.
no, unfortunately not. But
Pretty sure the main character had autism, though. Was that established?
I think she was just, playing the
I
part.
thought she was just ate up.
She might have just been made up.
I think she was ate up on that Goulet. Lucius?
what does anybody know about Shiloh, Illinois in this room? Does anybody know anything about Shiloh, Illinois?
I know it's a place.
Yeah.
It is a place. I went there for a friend's birthday on Tuesday night to just like a great neighborhood dive bar. It was like you had to go through, I don't know a bunch about Illinois, but I know small towns. And so it's like just kind of like on the outskirts of like whatever that small suburb is. So I was just hoping that somebody here had a reference of like what Shiloh would be to a Missouri side, type of
I
place.
know I've been there.
But it's So it's a dive bar, it's like it's where the neighborhood folks will go, and they had karaoke there, and I was really nervous to go, as just
Was it
like
the Shiloh Eagles?
it was the Shiloh Wings. Shiloh Wings is what the bar was called, and it was the most like hospitable place,
Fun thing, they didn't have any food.
and it was a really great experience. We did karaoke, and I did my favorite go-to is Toby Keith's Courtesy of the Red, White, and Blue.
Yeah.
Because it's like so American.
We'll put a boot in your ass.
Yeah.
It's the American
And then
way.
whenever I'm singing it as this like clear, at least queer person, it's like, okay, how is this going to,
They don't know how to feel.
they don't know how to feel.
Yeah.
And I was really worried about doing it in that type of bar because it was going to rile people up in the way that I didn't want them to be riled up, where
Right.
it's like, fuck yeah, like there was a guy in there with like these beautiful leather boots that were like designed in red, white, and blue. And he did a beautiful rendition of a 90s country song that I can't name. But anyway, so
Let's imagine.
I
what
do
it
the
could be.
song.
Was it Chattahoochee?
no,
Alan Jackson.
no,
Was it
but
Brooks
I
and
did
Dunn?
make somebody do Neon Moon.
Oh yeah, I was say I would have done Neon. Moon.
Always.
Yeah, and he did
That
crush
song.
it.
There was a year or two period where I would get drunk and just blast that song on every touch tunes that I could.
Yeah. Braden, do you know that song?
Oh, Neon Moon, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
good.
Just
I didn't want to put your way out there on a limb like
I
that.
did grow up in the middle of bumfuck Illinois, so I know
you
all
did
the country
Oh,
music.
Okay, yeah. So you totally get it.
Yeah.
What if you had to do a country song? What would you do?
At karaoke.
So it's funny you bring up Alan Jackson. Alan Jackson's probably my favorite country artist.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you gotta.
Yeah.
Pre
I love
9/11 country. Is
It
just-
Must Be Love is probably one of my favorite songs right now.
Oh yeah.
I need to brush up on that one.
Oh, you need to brush
fell
up on your Alan
I fell
Jackson.
asleep on the lawn at Riverport seeing Sarah Evans and Alan Jackson. I was 11.
Dude,
Oh, that's precious.
Yeah.
I do love Sarah Evans. We had some Sarah Evans.
Sarah Evans is fantastic.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with some Alan Jackson. I like Drive.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, I'll cry right now. And Chattahoochee, of course.
5 o'clock somewhere.
5 o'clock
Yeah.
somewhere. Gone Country.
Oh, Gone Country.
Because that's
the-
early Alan Jackson.
Yes.
And that tells a real story. There's 3 different narratives. There's 3 different characters in Gone Country, and they all have a different life and a different reason to then, by the time you get to the chorus,
Yeah.
they've gone country.
Stank Williams was almost Girth Brooks.
Girth Brooks is good.
Yeah.
I don't know if we could get the rights to Girth Brooks. We've
I don't
been,
thi- yeah,
we've been
exactly.
saying Girth Brooks
Yeah.
for a long time.
Yeah.
Paul Wood may sue
It's
us.
too close,
Yeah.
because he's elusive anyway.
Yeah,
And
he'll just show up with a cease and desist. It's like I actually have it on recording that I said Girth Brooks in 2011.
yeah. And I Stank Williams gives personality immediately that I need, like that Stank Williams.
Yeah,
I think we could spend multiple hours just coming up with spoof names for country artists.
I think
Yeah.
we could do like a
Rad Paisley is another one that's out there.
like a from
Brad
dusk
Paisley?
Rad Paisley.
from dusk till dawn
I've seen
type.
that.
We could do like a thing like
stoner
that
character
where
it's
like
called
Stank
Sheba
Williams is the house
McEntire.
band.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
So it's like you're locked in a bar with monsters, but in every 15 minutes you get a number from Stank Williams,
I like it.
and then you could scream and cry, and
Well, I'm good at it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So the moral of that story, when I was doing the karaoke with the Toby Keith song, is
Right.
that it killed. It like murdered.
Fuck yeah.
That's a great song.
Yeah, it was.
And now that he's dead, people will acknowledge that it's a great song, but
I feel like it
until he
heals
died,
people too, because people are like, I hate that song, but like now I like
Yeah.
fuck yeah. Well, and
Yeah.
it's in a way where like the song is about being attacked as a country. It's like
Yeah. Yeah, if you were
9/11
alive then,
centered. It's
you
around
can't
9/11.
not get chills when
and
that
so
goes
it's
on.
like it's about being under attack, or like it'll
Uh-huh.
shit raining down on you, and that's kind of like how everybody's feeling right now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever done real karaoke, but I've
Oh,
always
we gotta
known-
go.
Buddy.
Wrap
I
this
know.
up. We got to
We
go
used
down
to
to
do it
Oh, yeah.
Double D's.
regularly. Back when he was drinking.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, this is a great story. Actually, just thought about this the other day because it's the 5-year anniversary of when this happened. It was my buddy's 30th birthday. I met them at this bar in Afton, and they're like, I got there and I was like, "What's up, guys? Hey, let me get a beer." And they're like, "Oh, by the way, your brother's here." And I go and I look up front where the karaoke stage is, and he's passed out drunk in a chair next to the stage like this. And they're continuing karaoke. No one's bothering him. Whatever.
Is there another way to find someone passed out other than that?
He's found me in several conditions like this.
Yeah, I found him like multiple times. It'd be like, oh, I'll get to more stories. But anyway, well, we don't even have to. We'll talk about it later. But this one, he was like out, just dead to the world. And I was like, I'm going to let him just be right there. He's not going anywhere. He's going to be fine.
Yeah.
And then they call him up to do a song, and he just reanimates.
Oh, of course.
And gets up on stage and gets the microphone. And it was it White Wedding? By
Rebel Yell.
Rebel Yell. And he's obliterated drunk, but as soon as that song starts playing, he sits down on the stage with his legs hanging off, and then he just kills Rebel Yell.
Oh, yeah.
Just locks in, kills it, and then he leaves.
He had one fucking purpose that night.
That was it.
Yeah. That was it.
It was just the funniest thing. I was there for one reason, and then it was just like, we're probably going to have to get him an Uber at some point. And then he like reanimates, kills Rebel Yell, and then just leaves, just disappears and goes home.
Mic drop.
And I was like, it's just, you needed that little magic moment. Because there's probably like 2 or 3 drunk people that were like, that guy was fucking incredible. Where'd he go?
Somebody else was driving. I had a caretaker.
That's good to know.
He did leave the most perfect looking pile of shit on that chair.
Well done.
Just real nice, pretty loaf. You shit on that chair. You don't remember that?
Human shit?
There was a,
I thought you meant junk.
No,
I had like...
No, it was a dollop of poop just right where you were sitting.
Immaculate.
I think when he stood up to go do the song, it was kind of popped out.
Yeah.
And then,
Disgusting.
I had to make room so I could do my diaphragmatic breathing.
I imagine if you're going to do karaoke, it'd be
You want a
very
clean
nervous.
pipe. Can I say something?
We used to do karaoke like twice a week.
If you're going to sing the chorus to Rebel Yell with any passion or authority at all, you need a clean pipe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
If I do karaoke,
An
I've
empty
always...
colon gets it going.
That's what they say.
I've always said that.
I would, if I was to do a karaoke song, my go-to would, I don't know how this is going to come across either, but Cleaning Out My Closet by Eminem.
Oh God, no, that would kill.
Yeah.
Because
Actually,
that was that same
I'm sorry,
era, that
Mama.
9/11 era, that Toby
Yes.
Keith shit came out.
Yes.
I remember being in 5th grade and that Eminem shit was slapping hard.
My alternative is Outcast Roses.
Oh,
that's
that's
a good
a good one.
Yeah, that gets the people going.
I
too.
like when we're at karaoke and Tim, our friend Tim who does the show sometimes, he does Love Shack.
Oh, that's a great one.
Or he'll do Hey Ya.
I feel like you'd be good at that one, Clay.
Love Shack?
Love Shack, specifically the guy in the very top.
Yeah.
Love Shack.
Yeah.
If you see a lady at the side of the road,
15 miles to the left.
yeah, that's all you gotta do.
I'd rather do Rock Lobster.
Clay, have you heard the scoop on Mom's Deli?
Yeah, 50 or 47 years, and they're closing down.
Because apparently the matriarch of the family,
Do you know Mom's Deli?
I know it, yeah.
Yeah.
I heard they're closing too.
well, apparently the matriarch of the family left the building, the property to one child and left the business selling and making the sandwiches to another child.
Which makes
And
sense.
those children have reached a disagreement about the terms of keeping that business on that property. And I think that's just a mistake.
I mean, yeah, you got to do what's best for the legacy.
I think one of them just got greedy.
I think they should fake it out and they should make it work and stay in the location. And I think it's just a boost for business. If they actually leave that location, they're not doing their thing
I
somewhere
thought
else.
about that. Yeah.
That's insane.
They're not going to move and restart somewhere else, whether they think they can or can't. But you know what they are going to get until next weekend or whatever, when they have their last day of service, is they're going to get a lot of fucking business.
And I'll tell you, if you've been running the same business in the same place for 47 years, you're probably not paying enough in rent if you look at how taxes and inflation and whatnot. And also, if your only income is off of the rent for a building that your mother left you, maybe you don't have to break your own family over the neck for rent every month if it's getting ridiculous.
Can we get a fucking job?
Can we solve this, please? Because if you move at all, you're probably going to be farther away from me. And, I just don't think I'm coming to Maplewood, Mom.
You should just buy it, Jacob.
Well, listen,
Ooh.
I think I'm going to buy it. And if they try to defund the arch, I'm going to buy that. And it's a mess out here. I have to buy a lot of shit. But you don't really need to give them much of the
driving
money
around town
to
with
gift
your
stuff
daughter.
anymore. It's crazy how they
He's
do
driving
it.
around town with your infant daughter, like, I bought that one.
I bought that one.
bought
They were
that
gonna
one.
they were gonna shut down that snow cone stand. I bought it right
There's
up.
a reason we're living in
We own this whole fucking city.
this donut drive-in.
We own this entire abandoned paradise. It was once a thriving metropolis, and now I own half of the bricks between here and the river.
We got access to frozen custard and ramen and
Yeah, I'll have to
and
buy
hot
Ted
dogs.
Drews if they get squirrely. If they act like they're going to Jefferson County, I'll burn it to the ground.
They'll never close their current location.
Oh well,
They'll
I'm
just
sure.
expand.
I'm sure the original mom of Mom's Deli thought, "Oh, my kids will never fight with each other over money and separate the business from the property I left them to do the business in."
Nah,
Is that what's
happens.
happening?
That
Yes.
happens.
Oh, okay.
I didn't make that
One
up.
of them got greedy, and then they're like, "Oh, we got to up the rent or
The dispute is
sell the
between
building."
related people whose I think
Yeah.
mother or grandmother left them the building and the business.
Yeah.
It's not strangers. It's not Garcia
no,
Properties
it's-
coming in and
yeah, it's Succession on a St. Louis level.
yeah, it's like
Yeah,
the
pretty
it's
much.
the last Hoosier kingdom of that region.
It's like
between
Knives Out,
Chippewa
but
and
less pretty
whatever.
people.
And it's just dumb. However, maybe they could move down to the corner. That corner building is available now.
The pharmacy?
No, it was the one that was the salon.
Oh, I think about the pharmacy that's got like the big block windows.
No, so Catholic supply store.
Oh, yeah.
And then across Chippewa from that corner
talking about
building with all
Mom's?
the marble. I'm thinking Mom's could move in that corner spot. It's a better spot.
That would be cool, but the thing is, they've been there for so long. Them moving right now sounds ridiculous.
No, and what is he going to do with? Nobody is going to want to run a sandwich place out of that building. So what is the guy that owns the building going to do? Unless he sells the building, which would be a travesty.
They'll probably just break it down and remodel it, or whatever. I don't know.
I'll live in it.
Good. I think there's an apartment upstairs, so you could.
I'll make sandwiches. I was making some good sandwiches the other day, bro. We could do paninas.
Paninas. You gotta have to bleep that out.
I gotta
Do a
bleep that.
paninas.
Fuck! It's a bleepathon.
You could. It could be a Cubano shop. You could call it Cunty Cubanos.
See, this is totally. You were absolutely right. Some of this was.
You gotta
written-
get it right in like
Yes,
a
we-
section so he can hear the bad word and then hear all the other
Yeah.
ones that follow it.
I don't really want to talk about the Department of Education or McDonald's.
Braden, what's your favorite cuss word?
It's got to be fuck.
fuck is such a good one.
It's such a good one.
I mean,
That's class. Yeah. Well, the
many-
thing is,
so many
it has
different
so much
ways.
versatility for a short one-syllable word. Yeah, there
fuck,
could be
fuck,
like
fuck, fuck, fuck,
Yeah.
fuck.
just like you could. It's like,
That's actually what I found in my screenwriting is like lowering on the amount of fucks I use.
Really?
So I'm
we
like,
talked
nah,
about this. So we were in two film festivals for that short, and the other one, I don't know why, but we watched it through, and I was like, I think I say fuck like 110 times
Oh, yeah.
in this 18-minute short.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize it the first couple times I've seen it, and now it's just kind of like, oh, I say fuck a lot. Yeah, all right.
I remember we were showing at the Phobia Fest in Moberly, Missouri, and there was an older woman in the front row, and like the first fuck, she just like looks up at the heavens and is like mortified that we're cursing as much as we are.
She also like jumped twice.
She jumped, yeah.
Yeah, it was like,
Yeah.
oh, the profanities.
The profanity.
Oh no, I'm feeling
That's hilarious.
the weight of the sin, the profanities.
did you guys see that up to 10 Mexican restaurants were closed over the last 2 weeks in St. Louis?
Oh, because of ice.
Ice.
Oh yeah.
I saw that the El Maguey in O'Fallon, Missouri, got closed because of that.
But all those people had papers. That was on the news like the next day. The guy was like, they just did that to fuck with us.
yeah,
Guys, we can't just have Chick-fil-A on every corner.
it would be upsetting, wouldn't it?
I mean, there's a
Especially-
lot of Mexican restaurants by my house. I eat
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot of Mexican food.
I love Dos Rayas.
There's multiples.
You guys
Oh.
don't live far from each other, by the way.
Oh, really?
He
You
lives
live over here.
He lives down in Princeton Heights, but like you.
Oh,
like-
lovely.
Yeah.
Like kind of down by Macklin and Loughborough.
Oh, not far at all. Walking distance.
No, yeah.
And
He lives by Eichelberger in Macklin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're real close.
super close. I mean, if I shot my gun at my dumpster, he could hear it. If his kitchen window was open,
Likely.
and which I do.
Yeah.
That's me usually.
That's usually you. Okay.
That's what he does to get emotions out. He's like really mad at
Not
something.
the hollow points ever, but
like,
I have
yeah.
a bunch of
Honey, what are you
solid-
doing? I'm taking out the trash. And then it's just kind of pop, 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 pop.
Yeah. Yeah.
He throws a bag. He throws a bag of diapers in there and he shoots it.
Yeah.
And then he comes back inside.
just to help mulch it for the landfill. I took a tourist bus up
What
to the top of a
happened?
landfill once.
Someone blew this bag of shitty diapers to smithereens.
But it's always the
Man, somebody must hate poop.
Tired of this shit.
Sick and tired of this shit on a very literal level.
on a very literal basis. This diaper genie platinum got me fucked up, gang. I'll put
really
a
don't
fucking.
mind that
I got a
he's
32.
He's not harming anybody, but it stinks so
so
bad.
bad. It's so
He
bad.
shoots all the shit. That's what shooting the shit is, right?
That's what shooting the shit is when you take the diaper genie bag out to the dumpster and you put your Glock through the square hole in the side of the dumpster and you do a full mag of solid core target ammo into that diaper genie. You don't want to burn your hollow points on something like that. It's expensive.
Oh man, you imagine hitting a full heavy weighted diaper with a hydroshock hollow point.
Oh, my God.
Man, it would just.
Yeah, doing one of those like slow-mo cameras.
Yeah, you could do that. Guys,
now maybe we gotta
guys,
write
my
this into
infant
something.
daughter loaded this diaper up so good. We're gonna put it on the slow-mo cam. We're gonna hit it with a 9mm and see what happens.
Guys, I got a 14-pound plastic sack of squishy, saturated diapers.
I want one of those shots, like the Mythbusters shots of like the
Exactly.
hollow point going through the
Yeah.
fucking.
Yeah, like the
That's
slow-mo
exactly-
cam is exactly.
Oh,
yeah,
is
that's
that-
exactly what we're saying.
Fuck.
What
would you do?
That's
How
like-
good would that be? Because it would just be like swollen cotton ball explosion, just
Yes.
of wetness.
Wet.
Hit it with like a slug, like
Especially
a buckshot.
in a hard metal dumpster
Yeah.
where it's going to bounce and splatter.
Yeah.
So
It's like a
that's-
movie. When
So if you
someone
hear
shoots
any of
somebody
that
and it
behavior
splatters
in
in
your
the face.
neighborhood, it's probably just me up the
just
block.
you.
Not a big deal. And
The neighborhood's really safe. Ignore that one guy that just shoots diapers all day.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, if we could just live in a world where having guns was a positive thing.
Got to keep the property
Yeah,
value
right.
down.
Yeah, my neighbors were trying to get squirrely. Would they put in a retaining wall? I'm like, okay, my taxes went up. I had to go start shooting at the dumpster. Walgreens admits
That's the-
locking
that's
up
the
shampoo and
dystopian.
toothpaste hurts sales.
100%. Because I don't want to ring the thing
Oh,
and
yeah.
have someone
Especially
come
if
over.
they have
Yeah.
one child working in the building
Yeah.
and it's crazy in there and why is my deodorant locked up?
Right.
People were stealing it.
But
But it's funny though, is that you'll see the Walgreens and stuff where everything's locked up and you need help to get anything, literally anything, and then you'll see one like at Hampton and Gravois where people steal from it daily to the point where the cashiers are just kind of like, "Yeah, fuck you too," as they're running out the door because
Oh
they
my
know.
God.
yeah, people are stealing stuff anyway. They're just not stealing the deodorant that I'm waiting patiently for.
It's like the goth kids in high school used to brag about how many condoms they've stolen from the Walgreens.
That's horrible.
Guys, I've stolen 872 condoms.
They
this
could
week.
never use that many.
It's like, why do you?
Unless they're selling
You
them.
should. They don't. No, they just have
Dude,
a backpack full of
the-
condoms just to brag about it.
No.
The CVS where we used to
Wasteful.
live in Kansas City had a security guard, didn't
Yeah, but also that intersection was that Main and 39.
oh, well, a lot of
Yeah.
these Walgreens over here have a
that
security
intersection
guard.
was notoriously dangerous. Like, also,
Oh, for sure.
Also, there was a bus stop right there, and sometimes people would use the bus for a getaway. Like they would rob the
Yeah.
CVS and then go stand at the bus stop and be like, "Where the fuck is it? I tried to time this perfectly." And then
I feel like people usually have the bigger audacity to do that stuff if there's not security guards.
Right.
Like,
But at the same time, I don't want to. Everyone's got to make a living. But if I'm a Walgreens security guard, how far am I willing to go? Am I going to tackle someone on their way out?
right.
yeah.
No.
It all depends on the
my
training. Because my
authority level?
impulse, if I was a volunteer security guard, is I'm shooting the first person that steals anything to death on site.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm
I
not.
had a Twix.
Called
just
That's
one
why I'm
Twix.
not in that role.
Marking your territory.
Because I'm going to bring my own gun from home,
And then he pisses on him.
and I'm going to imagine that the thief is a bag of diapers in my dumpster.
My training.
But no, that's
Yeah, my
the
training.
training. Maybe you do not engage.
It's muscle memory.
Yeah.
I've been practicing
Everything
for this
goes
day.
dark.
He gets that 1,000-yard stare or 100-yard stare or whatever it's called, and he's
Yeah.
just unloading into this lady who pocketed a Twix. 'Cause
Yeah.
he's
He
just
goes from
seeing a
like
bag of
jolly
diapers.
to like freaking like
Yeah.
Scary.
scary.
Yeah,
like,
I'm having like a
psychopathic.
flashback. Like
He's like, just lost.
but like really dead. Like
like Mark David Chapman,
deader.
who shot John Lennon.
you like disassociative.
He like catatonic.
Oh man,
Bible sales are at an all-time high.
really?
Scary times. People are looking for something.
I don't think these people buying all these Bibles now can read well enough to really do anything with them. There's no way they're getting to the good parts.
No.
If they make it through Genesis and they still want to go back to it, I applaud them. But they're either skipping around or they're It's for the. This is why you see you don't need all these Bibles if you live with and amongst your community. All these people have their own little apartments, their own little isolation death pods, and so now they need their own Bible to leave on the coffee table on the off chance that they have a hinge date drop by.
But Holocaust inside is their pistol.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, maybe also people are, like how every hotel room has a Bible in a drawer somewhere.
Sometimes they don't anymore. You have to ask
but
for
maybe
them.
people. Oh no! Oh God, that's horrible. I can't
You're in a
imagine.
shitty
Can I get the
hotel.
10
No, but it's like
commandments up to room
what if it's
510?
Airbnbs? What if
The
Airbnbs
10
are like, we need a
commandments.
Bible for our Airbnb? So
I would
everyone
do
who does
that.
Airbnbs puts a Bible in it.
If you need the
Makes
Bible,
sense.
call the front desk and we will bring you one.
Yeah, I'm looking for my morning
Listen,
Bible.
yeah.
I need the whole thing. I need old and new.
I've been starting every day of the last 46 years with Corinthians.
Yeah, with somebody
my
else's
Bible.
copy of Corinthians. That's the thing that's crazy. Especially
time I
because
got
all
a
the good
Bible.
shit in the Bible is on your phone, baby. There's tons of apps.
Last time I got a Bible, I got it for free by a man on the street who was handing out these little Bibles. They're like this big. And the cover was upside down. It was like glued in upside down. I opened it up. I was like, oh,
That's so cool.
I don't know
If
what
you
to
go
do
to
about that.
verseoftheday.com, and he has given us this command: whoever loves God must also their brother and sister love.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that's from 1 John 4:21.
This is doing nothing for me as far as like not believing that
I've
you're
read
not
3
gonna do
pages.
something.
I've read 3 pages of the Bible, and then it was just too many
But that's
words.
what I'm saying. Why would you buy a whole copy of the Bible?
Do you know how many words are in the Bible?
I can't even imagine.
Roughly around 781,000 words.
Yeah, that's way too much.
Yeah, I used that in trivia this
They
week.
needed a better
As
editor
a-
for that book.
A tiebreaker. Yeah, they got to cut it down.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, if you don't have a TikTok page for the Bible, just so I can get it in like 90-second clips, I don't want it.
That's what I'm saying. I want to do a whole Latin Mass in 90 seconds.
If they could do that would shorten up some weddings.
We need more auctioneer priests.
Yeah.
Let's see what we can get out of Latin Mass.
I don't want to look up.
I got it.
The auctioneer Latin.
Yeah.
That's like that picture in my head is really funny.
Oh,
Right.
that altar boy has Down syndrome. How long is this, though?
TikTok can be up to 10 minutes, so
No, this is 30 seconds. This is perfect.
I don't. So we're just gonna sit here for 30 seconds. while
No,
you-
I
just
skipped
saying.
ahead to see how long it was. But so we can do Latin Mass in 90 seconds. That's all you need.
Yeah.
But don't you gotta stand up and then sit down and then stand up and then sit down
Stand
and then
up.
sing 2 songs and how do you do that in 90 seconds?
Stand up. Isn't that ludicrous?
Yeah. It is.
Yeah.
When I move, you move.
Yeah, it's just like that.
Oh, with Jessica Alba for the movie Honey.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was there, bitch.
do you guys remember?
The Titans.
Not the Titans. No, what was the
I do
Julia?
remember the
Muffin
Titans.
Man.
Fuck, I just forgot about it. What was the Julia Stiles movie where she was learning how to
Save
dance?
the Last Dance.
Save the Last Dance.
She wanted to go to Juilliard. She had a black boyfriend.
I saw the clip of her final performance, and it's real bad.
It's better if you put it to the music from the end of Napoleon Dynamite. If you
really,
take the
really
Jamiroquai
bad.
for Napoleon Dynamite,
It just makes you think like there was somebody that saw this and went, "Fuck yeah!" Like as she was dancing,
Yeah, it's
like,
not
she's
good.
getting it, and it's like no,
Save the Last
no.
Dance.
It's like that Australian breakdancer from the Olympics. Like it's not good.
Yeah.
Do you think
Ray
they,
gun.
Do you think they go into it like thinking that it's like badass, or do you think they know what they're doing? Do you think they know it's corny?
I don't know. It's kind of like in that like 4th or 5th installment of the cheerleader movie.
Bring It On.
Bring It On, where Hayden
Panettiere.
Panettiere's like crumping
Yeah.
or whatever, and it's just kind of like.
I heard someone the other day defend her crumping in that movie, and I'm like, that's a hot take. I
That's
feel like
a
most
hot take to
people.
defend that.
What
Yeah,
you're
it's
saying, but
rough.
that was the 5th Bring It On though.
I was like the 3rd or the 5th. I don't fucking know. Maybe the 4th.
Do you remember Sugar and Spice?
That
where
makes
the,
sense, but Save the Last Dance.
The
was
cheerleaders
so
robbed the grocery
earnest.
store.
I do remember Sugar, and one of them was pregnant.
Yeah, one of them was definitely pregnant.
Pregnant.
I was just having Jackie Hartman. We were just having a conversation because she's a dancer. We were wondering what the best dancing movies are because I just watched. I'm a sucker for Step Up 2, man.
Oh, Step Up 2 to the streets.
The rain
some
dance.
Some of this is bad. Now it's when she's doing the floor stuff. It's bad.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
She got on the floor and
It's-
kind of did one of these.
It's like some ray gun shit. It's bad.
It's some ray gun shit. We'll
some
put
ray
it.
gun shit.
I'll put a little of it in picture because it's.
Step Up 2 is real fun, but if you take out the dancing and have it just be the dialogue and drama, That movie's dog shit.
Oh, it's bad.
It's
Yeah.
so bad.
You're not there for that though.
Right. You're there for the dancing.
Yeah.
In the rain.
In the rain.
Because that whole scene when they dance in the rain's
The
fantastic.
first Bring It On was kind of iconic.
Absolutely.
Anyway.
Bring It On, the OG.
Oh yeah, Gabrielle Union.
Oh, she's going through it. We talked about her a few weeks ago.
What's
that-
going on with her?
Her and her husband have separate bank accounts, and that's
Dwayne
not
Wade?
anybody's business or something.
Why is that anyone's business?
That's what I'm saying. But people were giving her shit about it.
She just needed something to be relevant about because she hasn't put out a movie since the first.
She needs to do Bring It On Resurrection and get her old ass out there and do it now.
Yeah.
Well, I think that when another movie spoofs your movie, you shouldn't make any more of those movies.
No, I think you have to double down. You have to say no, but the real one is the one you want to come back and see.
So
again.
when they did the whole cheerleader
Has that ever been
rip-off
done?
scene in Not Another Teen Movie, that was their sign to say, "Hey, don't make any more." Bring It On.
Yes. For example, lots of the movies that have been spoofed in the Scary Movie franchise have gone on to have numerous sequels.
For sure.
It's true. Except for Signs.
They
Signs
should
is
do
never
a
gonna get
Signs
sequel. Yeah.
With Mel Gibson now
Yeah.
and Joaquin Phoenix now.
Yeah. Signs 2, Wet and Wild. Oh. Because they're allergic to water.
Signs 2, Get Off My Lawn.
Signs 2, someone teach Joaquin how to use a hammer. You know when they're putting the boards on the door and the window? Uh-huh. If you look at it again, Joaquin Phoenix does not know how to swing a hammer.
It'll turn.
So he's
in-
just kind of like...
he's just swinging it around. He's never done it before. If you
At
really
one point, I
stop-
think it turns sideways.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't know what he's doing.
He doesn't even know how to pretend to use a hammer. That one now would be good because it would just turn into a documentary of them on set and like Mel Gibson won't quit accusing Joaquin of being a Zionist, and Joaquin won't quit just singing unprovoked. Did you see Joker 2?
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
It's a lot of uninvited singing. Did you see
It's bad.
Folle
I
did?
haven't seen it yet.
Oh, you should watch it at home.
Yeah.
Don't... You don't got him.
I don't gotta.
I think it's beautiful to watch.
I love Lady Gaga.
Yeah, she's underutilized, I think, in
Lady
this.
Gaga. You know what fucks me up? Abigail Breslin,
Sure.
the girl from Little Miss Sunshine and Signs and all that.
Sure.
She's older than my wife.
Well, you know, I've been meaning to talk to you about that. I've said this on this show recently. If her age starts with a 2, she's too young for you.
Danielle was born in 1997. She was born in 96, so
So how old does that make her now?
she's 27 years old.
Oh,
She'll be 28.
you're in one short film and you think you're Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, I got to drop her ass. She's over 25.
That's the opposite direction. I wanted you to go with that, but I can see why you might. Is he back in the country,
Who?
Leo?
Did he leave the country?
He was in Italy and France
Yeah,
for
he
a
was
minute
wanting
while
to.
Diddy was locked up.
Oh, well.
They dropped that Jay-Z lawsuit today.
I saw that.
Maybe that's for the best, but
That's interesting.
I don't know.
Braden, thoughts?
None.
No, there you
Yeah,
go.
stay out of it.
Yeah.
You stay out of this, Braden.
I will not contribute.
This is family business.
Diddy's still locked up. He got out for an operation on his knee. I think he had a shot injected into his knee.
Yeah, probably because he had never mind.
Jesus.
It's gonna stop.
Jesus, just don't. Don't help.
You're gonna get us on a list.
Sometimes when you have gonorrhea, it makes your knees inflamed and swollen,
Really?
and then you have to, yeah.
Oh.
So I was going to say he had pediatric gonorrhea.
Did that happen to you?
That's a fact. I know someone who it happened to. Not myself.
It can cause abdominal cramping and swelling of the knees.
You're not a doctor.
No, but I know things.
The more you know.
Yep. Knowledge is power.
Yeah.
Power is pizza.
Yeah.
You better start stealing more condoms.
Yeah, I think
Nice.
I've been talking
Circle
about
back.
writing children's books because I think in the future people are only going to be able to read children's books.
Are you saying we're getting dumber?
Yeah.
Well, not you,
Oh, okay.
but like
Oh, but people are fucking dumb. It's
and
hard.
we're not giving them the incentive to read.
Well, and the education system's just going out the fucking window more than it has ever. So.
Yeah, I don't know what we're going to do about that.
Yep.
I wrote a whole thing about it for this week, but I didn't really want to talk about it. Linda McMahon is acting like it's not going to be that bad. So, I mean, well, I guess we got to trust her.
I mean, I don't really know if I trust anybody.
Yeah, especially not a McMahon.
No.
I mean, and what about I'm trying to think of her name. The rapper that's suing Lyft because the guy wouldn't let her in the car because she was too big.
Oh,
Got me.
not Lizzo.
You haven't seen this?
No.
Not Lizzo.
It's not Lizzo.
Lizzo's on her way
She shedding
down.
She shedding weight.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
yeah.
dropping it hot.
Didn't she also quit performing because she got sick of people fat shaming?
It was the lawsuit that got
Oh,
her.
it was Dank Damas.
You know, when the lawsuit of one of her dancers was suing her for like
Hostile working conditions.
Yeah, because she claims that Lizzo was persuading her, forcing her to do something with a banana.
A pajama?
A pajama.
Doing something with a
banana
pajama.
that was like inside of a stripper.
Oh.
Inside the stripper's vagina.
Oh.
Okay, Dank Damas
yeah.
is a rapper, female and of size, and the latest on this story, she proves she can fit in an SUV amid Lyft size discrimination lawsuit. One of their drivers wouldn't pick her up because of her weight. There's a video that she posted of the driver explaining, "No, you're too big. You can't get in this car. You're supposed to get an Uber XL." And then that made her mad. And then she has two very young attorneys that are all over helping her get some money on this one. The biggest...
Sometimes you just need a payday. Mm-hmm. And I'm not talking about the candy bar.
So
Payday's like number 6 on my list of candy bars.
I'm not big on the paydays.
I like a payday, but the Babe Ruth is just a payday covered in chocolate.
And that makes it better.
That's better.
It makes it better.
Sometimes you just want more protein, though.
No, but like I would do that in college. I'd get like a payday because I'm like, oh, it's like trail mix.
Yeah.
Stuck together with honey.
Yeah.
Not honey, caramel.
Nougat. Caramel.
Caramel.
Not nougat.
I don't think the nougat
That's not the
is
nougat.
not on the payday. I don't think.
No,
I think
I
it's
don't think so.
Nougat.
It could be.
Caramel.
like the pecan log from Cracker Barrel.
Oh,
Big old wad of nougat
It's true. Ooh.
in the middle. You ever go to Cracker
like the
Barrel?
way you said
Oh, I've been to my fair share of Cracker Barrels.
Yeah.
Fun fact: Braden used to work at a Texas Roadhouse.
Roadhouse.
Been there. College, high
Hot
school.
honey butter, warm, not like spicy hot, but physically hot to the touch. Honey
I have
butter.
been craving like chain restaurants like that. I've been craving I'd love to just go beat up an O'Charlie's.
Yeah, they have an aesthetic like until you've worked at one, and like I would still go eat it at Texas Roadhouse, but I like used to work at an Applebee's, and I wouldn't go back to an Applebee's.
I don't blame you. No one else would either.
I was just thinking about that this morning. They wouldn't let me in the Applebee's last time I was there. They had tons of empty tables, but they said it's gonna be like a 30-minute wait for a table because they had like one server.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
crazy.
at least they were being kind to that server. Sometimes they just load you up and they don't care about your well-being.
Yeah.
Well, but I was like, are we in the business of selling some beer cheese, or are we not in the business of selling some beer cheese this afternoon at my neighborhood Applebee's?
I think last time I went to an Applebee's, it was because I had a gift card and they were doing the all-you-could-eat boneless wings, but it was limited to 3 of the 8 sauce choices. So I just kept rotating. Like, I'll just do my second order of buffalo now. No, next after that, I'm going to have my order of garlic parmesan, and then I guess I'll do the mesquite barbecue again. Just make a list. Just write things down for me, will you? And then I would just like wave at him every time I went and put another order, and we got sick on that. Little chicken nuggies.
I think their mistake was getting rid of the neon signs.
That's what it was. They used to have. We were talking about karaoke earlier. When I worked there in high school, they had karaoke nights.
Really?
And there'd be a dude who'd come in and dress up as Elvis in the bathroom and come out and perform.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's amazing.
It was a
This
sight.
is at the Roadhouse.
Applebee's.
Applebee's.
They did karaoke at the Applebee's.
They didn't do. They did. Yes, they did line dancing at Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah, that I knew.
Yeah, the staff had to do it.
Yeah.
I do. Yeah.
It was your birthday. You got to sit on a saddle on a high chair.
I was the saddle.
Yeah. They said, bring out the saddle. And it's just Braden's like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's a big one. Okay.
I really want to go to the Cheesecake Factory.
That's good.
I hear you can fuck that up, but also it's kind of pricey because it's, inflation.
Well, that's the thing. If you just agree to throw kind of a sarcastic amount of money at an experience, then you could just have a little of everything that you want, and it's still usually cheaper than the restaurants I actually like to go to.
Yeah.
The restaurants I actually like to go to, it's like very expensive, even without drinking. Because I mean, we
Yeah.
like these like bougie city joints where like it's like
Like
you
the
know,
Hooge.
the Golden Hoosier. Yeah, where like I can bring
love
up
the
$90
Golden
in there out
I
of
love
nowhere.
the Golden Hoosier too, but if you don't get a happy hour item, like you're going to end up spending $30 on food
Oh, for
yourself,
sure.
you know?
Absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's very a la carte. In that
Yeah.
way.
Right. And I'll just like, you know what, listen, is it really going to, it's like the price of gas.
Yeah.
Am I going to get less gas? Am I going to skip getting gas?
If I'm going to spend that much at the Golden Hoosier, I want to take one of the taxidermies home with me.
That's fair. If you spend $500 in one sitting at Golden Hoosier, I believe they do give you a choice of tax.
I want the beaver.
But then it's like when you have all those tickets at like an arcade, and they're like, I want some on that shelf. And they're like, no, for that amount of tickets, you get one of these. And it's just like little taxidermy mice.
Yeah.
Something they had behind the bar.
Yeah, it's like
Congrats,
a-
you spent $500 at
Yeah.
Golden Hoosier.
It's like the foot of a lynx.
You sick fuck. Enjoy your little taxidermy mouse.
Praise God.
Praise God.
I don't know. I think we got lots. Of caught up here. I have a brand new baby at home.
Yeah.
So Christ is king.
Jersey.
I had a question about your new fatherhood.
Yeah.
Is it more or less shit than you thought it would be?
Like physically, like cleaning up.
Yes.
It's less and it's
Okay.
more contained
Okay.
than I anticipated, at least so far.
Okay.
That also gets worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's only like she's almost 3 weeks
But
old.
she's much smaller than me
That's-
and completely hairless.
That's good.
So it's easier to get her clean.
It's not like getting peanut butter out of a shag carpet.
Yeah. If I had to clean a proportionate amount of shit off of myself, it'd be a nightmare.
yeah, of course.
But and
There will
it's-
be your first experience where she shits so hard that it goes up her back.
and some of that will happen, especially if you don't catch it immediately. They can kind of, but it's not. No, it's not a deterrent at all.
I did that last week.
Yeah. Yeah, no regrets. I do the vast majority of the diaper changes when I'm home, and it does not really. You just got to lock in.
Yeah.
is what the kids call it
Sure.
now, and I do that, locking in, and it's better than cleaning up after my dogs. If the dogs shit in the house, that's a bummer.
That's true. It's different, and they're big dogs.
And they're not wearing
They're
diapers.
not wearing diapers.
And so, yeah, it's different in that way. And every opportunity for any kind of a gadget or some kind of technology to make any of that stuff easier, I kind of have all that stuff. So,
They do have this thing where basically you can hook up any regular size shop vac hose to your baby, and just kind of follows them around. And so,
it just sucks the shit right out of them.
yep, just
So they never really have to maintain contact with them.
I want an adult one of those.
I know. I want to.
follows you around at work.
Yeah.
Well, I want to like build one into like a gaming chair.
Oh, that'd be nice.
And then
it'd be like the recliner in Idiocracy that has the toilet in it.
exactly. But then if the base that collects the waste was like a Roomba that would bag it up like a diaper genie, but then get it out of the house for you while you keep gaming.
They make like cat litter box self-cleaning ones that will bag it for you when it's done rotating and cleaning out the
And
litter.
then let the robot take it outside.
Yeah, then they should connect that to some sort of.
That's what I'm saying. That's the
But I
next
thi-
step.
You got to like Wallace and Gromit that shit. You got to make your own inventions if you want all that done for you.
But I don't want it to look like a game of mousetrap fucking carrying bags of shit out of my
It's
house.
a Rube Goldberg machine that just carries shit out of your house.
Yeah, it's a fucking.
No, but you could get let it go outside, and then there are your targets to
you
shoot.
go.
and then
You
I
still
can
have to-
shoot it.
Like a
You have to
range.
reset the bow and arrow that.
I wonder
opens
how
the
long
door.
if I had if I had like NASCAR, not NASCAR, what's it called? Hot Wheels racing
Yeah,
tracks
yeah.
all the way out to my dumpster,
Yeah.
and just little bags of shit would fall into it throughout the day.
It's actually one of those like little model trains, and so it goes slow, but it gets there and it circles back,
Yeah,
and you just got to wait for the train to come around, and you just set the poop on it, and then it takes it out.
and then it just something tips it over. When
So
it
what
gets
do you
out
do
there.
with all the diapers? And you just hear just a little like choo choo. It comes around.
diaper train?
Diaper train.
Okay, I got to get home and start building this.
Diaper train.
You do.
And because if all of the waste from all of the organisms that lived in my house could be collected and removed from the home by a robot, that's like the last thing I need. I have everything else I need.
Yeah.
Well, what's really funny is they made this thing before the invention of robots. I think actually they made this thing called a sewer system.
But the
So-
cats and the dogs are not using the toilets.
That's true.
I'm open to that.
The cats are. You're not going to teach the cats how to use a toilet now. They're too old.
I don't think Lewis is going to start doing a toilet at 12.
Lewis is no.
Lewis is going to be 12. I don't think.
Lewis, the Labradane that just flipped his gut by getting out.
He's fine, by the way.
Yeah, he's fine.
He looks good.
He had an emergency situation where he flipped his gut.
Right. We talked about that on the show, but I don't think he's the one that's going to start doing the toilet.
I don't think Oswald will either.
You have a dog?
I got 3.
Oh, I got 3.
Nice.
What do you got?
I got 2 huskies and a pit bull.
Oh!
2 huskies, so cute.
2 Huskies and a Pit Bull sounds like a rap album.
Yeah.
It does.
We could probably get that going in here.
2 Huskies and a Pit Bull.
It's kind of like what's happening in this room right now.
Oh, yeah.
2
Yeah.
huskies and a pit bull.
Who's the pit bull?
Me.
Obviously.
I'm a husky.
We're big.
Yes,
we're big.
at-
We're,
Yes!
big. We're big and hairy, and we scream a lot. Of course, we're huskies.
Yes.
With a weird German last name. Guys, welcome back to Jacob V Weekly. Thanks for being here. And Saleka Salam, Good Company in the Grove, The Last Thanksgiving on YouTube, jacobv.com, JACOBVI.com, and that'll get you to all the other stuff. I'm trying to consolidate. Why do I have a
also
website
at
if I'm also
Doorstop.
sending people a dozen different QR codes every day? It's crazy.
Also, plug the studio.
And Doorstop. We are at doorstop-studio.square.site. If you have anything you need to do in a room like this, it's a very efficient and centrally located way to do it. And unlike some of our competitors down the street, there's nothing else happening in this building. It's quiet in here. And, we do all kinds of stuff in here. So please, by all means, you guys were shooting some content in here this morning. There was a team of a troupe of some kind.
I was recording vocals for a musical. I was
Love it.
engineering, the recording.
producing the vocals for the. I love it. So
Stank Williams, the musical.
No, it was somebody else has written one.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah,
no, right.
but
And,
I'm not opposed to it.
Don't forget to plug Last Thanksgiving.
I did last Thanksgiving. You want it to be the first and the last plug?
No, just do that.
Last Thanksgiving on YouTube. It's free. Go watch it right now. I can't believe you haven't watched it
You're
yet.
rusty. You haven't done this in a minute. You've been too busy being a dad. Also Caddyshack.
They know about Caddyshack. Caddyshack.il.org.
And then thank our lovely guest, Braden.
Braden, thanks. You're welcome to come back anytime, especially because you don't. You're not that disruptive. I'm so sorry that
it's
you had to
fine.
sit through some of this mania.
You should be here when I'm drunk. When I'm drunk on this, I get loud.
It's really bad. It's not okay.
I'll come back.
I'm California sober for the troops, so
There you go.
praise God. Doorstop, jacobv.com.
Bye, guys.
I gotta go feed my baby.